You just want to stand next to the pole.
I do. I like that pole. And this is a good time to talk about the bummer. People have asked, what's the update on it? And I know I recorded this before, but it didn't come out.
No.
So I bought the BMW M3, the E92, and I wanted to experience BMW ownership. Yeah, you might be wondering what my new car is here. It's a Jeep Compass. The secret is the bummer is in the shop, big shock, and my loaner is a Jeep Compass, probably a car they should sell directly from the junkyard. I've made it, and they've followed my instructions by leaving the bummer in the garage, because when I sell it, I want to make sure that I can honestly say it's never been exposed to snow or salt. Mission accomplished. Get the f*** out. Oh, you want to stay on the Compass?
I like this.
What do you like about that? Look at the plastic. Look at this.
I don't give a shit if it's plastic. I could put my phone in there.
Oh my god, that's why you would buy this?
Yeah.
You sound like every other stupid consumer.
But the only problem is my water bottle doesn't fit.
That really surprises me in here.
That's my
Look
only...
at this. Look how quality that is.
Well, I don't give a shit about that stuff.
What do you care about?
I like the seats. The seats are easy to clean. You know, I have a Mexican perspective of cleaning things.
Oh my god.
Wiping it down easily.
So I'm back in the bummer. I just picked it up, and they did a couple things which I'm going to detail here in a couple minutes. But the first thing I noticed was one of the reasons I brought it in was the key fob. This lovely thing. The car never seems to detect it, so I just figured, you know, I'll have them replace the battery because I can't even do that. It's too high tech for me. Key in here. God, this fucking piece of shit. And of course, the first 2 minutes I get in the car, it doesn't detect the key again, so obviously the key fob's bad or something else. But let's go over some things in detail, and we're gonna get real deep. That's kind of my favorite part.
Just need to lower it and put some exhaust on, you'll be good.
Yeah, there you go.
Front row at the car show.
The car show at Farm and Fleet, maybe. So on to the cons. All right. There's...
How much time do we have? You better check your memory card.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check the memory card. I only got 8 minutes. So at 14,000 miles, I drove it out. The car was in perfect condition. One owner, you know, again, looked perfectly clean. No paint work, no body work. Underbody looks good. Never saw any winters. So the first thing I did was take it in. And at 14,000 miles, it needed spark plugs, oil change, rear differential fluid, and transmission fluid. That's all the things that came up on the computer that need to be done. Okay, good, it's all covered. Okay, so in the past 3,000 miles since driving it, I had a problem where I drove it on a trip, and I got to my destination, turned off the car, got back in it, clutch went to the floor and stuck there. Okay, I had to pull it up manually. Like, okay. The other thing I noticed was there was starting to be some type of drivetrain clunk when you pushed in the clutch. And it wasn't like a throwout bearing. I just really couldn't put my finger on what it was. I thought maybe the slave was going bad, and I talked to you about it. But it was clunking more and more, and I'm like, okay, good, it's under warranty, I'll take it in. So I drop it off, and it sits there for 2 weeks. They really couldn't figure out what was going on with it. As it turns out, the slave cylinder was leaking on the bell housing, which saturated the clutch. So the clutch had to be replaced, the slave cylinder had to be replaced. They also did spark plugs again, oil change again, and rear diff fluid again, as according to the computer's maintenance. So all of them.
Drive hard.
I don't really know. It wasn't that hard. In 4,000 miles, come on.
Yeah, right. You leave it in first gear all the time.
Yeah, I don't even shift. So all of that work, if you were going to pay for it out of pocket, wound up being over $4,700. And, you know, it's going to be out of warranty. I haven't extended, but this is, to me, mind-boggling for the low amount of miles on this car to have simple problems like that. I mean, I've never had to do a clutch.
Ferrari problems.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. I just saw that Aston Martin Vantage, 15,000 miles, single clutch, automatic trans. Every 15K you have to do a clutch on it. And the people that buy them have no idea, and it winds up being like an $8,000 job. I didn't expect that on the BMW, and I know it's not typical, but again, it's my experience with it. And it's something to know if you're buying it out of warranty, the potential costs of like little shit like this is a lot more than other cars. Now, should that detract you from buying it? I don't know. It depends on what type of
That's not
person
what
you
you're
are.
getting into.
Right, exactly. And make sure you have a shop locally that's not going to bend your ass over, because bringing this thing to the dealer is going to be an absolute nightmare. They will kill you on it. So
You might get a Starbucks while you're there, though.
yeah, that's reason enough to buy it. But that's about it. That's been my experience. I don't think I'm going to keep the car. That's kind of the end of this.
I think you should send it out to get it tuned. Send it to fall line, get it caged.
Yeah.
Imagine how much that's sticking up in your ass to turn that into a race car.
Too much.
Well, I bet you it's at least $100 grand.